Hey guys, so first up, sorry about the background noise. I'm doing laundry and I have a little relaxing music playing for our dog, and I don't want to close the door fully in case, she gets worried about where I am. We just got her 3 weeks ago, so she's still a little bit anxious and just want to make this video experience as relaxing for her as I can. And yeah, there's been construction and stuff or renovations going upstairs, so she's a little on edge. Anyway, so as you can tell from the title of this video, this is a sort of review / response to Freelee the Banana Girl and Durian Rider on the Jenna and Julien podcast. Now, let me, in the same fashion of something that I'm going to criticize, but first, just quickly preface that I love the Jenna and Julien podcast. I think it's really funny, it's really interesting, some episodes more than others, but even the sort of uninteresting episodes where they're just playing some kind of guessing game with each other, I still find it entertaining. I love Jenna's little I can't quite do it, but she does this every time she's really thinking about something thoughtfully or considering some other opinion. And I love Julien's clever plugs for their sponsors, and yeah, it's just a great podcast. And episodes that I particularly like are ones where they share unpopular opinions. Like they had a whole podcast, I think, about Kanye West, or at least a part of a podcast. Jenna has many times talked about how she's actually in support of the Kardashians, which is a very unpopular opinion, and things such as that. And they like to talk about kind of current issues, at least in the YouTube world or internet space, and kind of just bluntly share their opinions, and they're usually unafraid. Which is why I was really disappointed with their podcast that they released with Freelee and Durian Rider. So first off, I understand that they wanted to preface the episode with a little intro of warning and explanation and saying that they completely understand why some people were upset or even outraged that they were having Freelee on their podcast. And I understand that because I felt the need to preface this with how much I like the podcast and like them. But that intro was 13 minutes long. It felt so overkill to me. It felt really, really strange. Like, it was too much in my opinion. They just went on and on about how they don't want to disrespect everyone and they're so sorry. And then what really annoyed me, because I was so excited when I found out that Freelee was going to be on the podcast, because I was like, great, veganism on this huge platform, and she's really going to dive into it and probably reach a lot of people that wouldn't watch her videos normally, and really make people think. And I haven't at least seen Freelee do a lot of these types of collaborations or podcasts. I was excited to see what she would be like in that different setting of not on her own channel. But then in the intro they talked about how they cut down the podcast a lot, and they cut out I don't even know what they cut out, obviously, but I think they mentioned just some stuff about general stuff about veganism. Why? That's the reason to have her there, to talk about veganism. And Jenna has said she's not an activist vegan, which neither am I really, but I feel like this was a great opportunity for her to not have to really do the activism herself, but have someone there to talk about it. And like I said, they're always sharing these unpopular opinions, and they talked about how they wanted to give Freelee a voice, even though people didn't want her there. They're like, she should still have her voice, but then you cut off most of it. Another thing I had a little bit of a problem with was, I thought it was a bit weird that Durian Rider wasn't going to be on there, because I know that Freelee and Durian Rider are both in LA, and I don't know, maybe they just thought he didn't want to be on it, or maybe they just didn't talk to him, or maybe they thought that he would be even more controversial. But he did end up joining, which was a little bit awkward to me. Why didn't you give him a seat from the start? But yeah. And then, of course, they spoke about the Blogilates Freelee controversy, which, as you know, I love Blogilates, so I'm a little bit, on this situation. Like I said in one of my vlog videos, that it really feels kind of like two best friends fighting or something. They're not really my friends, but two people that I really support in different ways and like different aspects of them being in this kind of controversy together doesn't really sit well with me. But I was still interested to hear the side of it, and I was really happy, Jenna and Julien weren't defending Blogilates, but they were kind of, saying maybe she has people who are telling her that she should do this or telling her that's a good idea. And, she is a big company, so she has a lot to think about and a lot of people that are advising her. And I think she can, of course, make her own decisions and does make her own decisions, but I like that they brought up that point. But it's so ironic that they're talking about how bad Blogilates is for, trying to silence Freelee on the internet, when they basically did the same thing by cutting down the podcast. Maybe they did it because they really wanted to, show Freelee in a good light, and they felt that some parts wouldn't show her in a good light. Maybe, but you should just let her be herself, and, people will like her or hate her, which I think she is very comfortable with or very used to. So yeah, I don't know. Jenna and Julien are not going to see this video. Most people don't see my videos. But I just want to put my opinion out there and just to, try to urge Jenna and Julien to release the whole podcast. I would really like to hear it. People who don't want to hear it don't have to listen to it. That's the beauty of the internet. You can choose what you want to watch and what you want to listen to. So yeah, I would be really curious to hear that whole podcast. Maybe it will backfire. Maybe I'll be like, I don't like Freelee anymore, but I doubt it, because it's not that I don't really like Freelee. I like Freelee a lot. There's just certain opinions of hers that I don't agree with, like her thigh gap video. And, she's always saying she's not a bully, and I wouldn't say she's a bully either. But there are aspects of her reviews that I really don't like. I know her heart is in the right place, and I think her overall message is very good. But sometimes there's just this unnecessary mocking. Like, she'll play Blogilates videos. Blogilates. She should make that channel. I'd be interested. Anyways, she'll make Blogilates review videos where it'll be like, facts about animal cruelty and like ways to improve your diet and all these great things, but then she'll like mock her, like with the hey guys, and then like, she's always so fake positive. Like, I think the mocking, that's a little bit bullying. I understand that maybe you want to get a rise out of people, or maybe you're just being honest about your opinion, and that's fine. I just don't agree with it, and I don't like those parts of the videos, but I like the actual, helpful parts of the videos and the overall message. But yeah, so that's my review and just a little opinion on this. Hope you enjoyed this video or something, and hit the like button if you did, or if you agree, or I'd love to hear what you think in the comments if anybody is watching. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!